Hello and welcome to Edinburgh Waverley Station, where today I'm going to be travelling with TransPennine Express on one of their longest routes from here to Manchester Airport, and I'll be doing it in first class. I'll be assessing the comfort level, amenities, complimentary food and drink, general ambience, and most importantly, I'll be judging whether it's value for money over travelling in standard class. TransPennine Express have recently launched a brand new food offering for their first class customers. Their previous first class offering was mediocre at best and an outright rip-off at worst, as shown by these genuine TripAdvisor reviews. In May 2023, they were stripped of their franchise agreement and brought under government control after many years of cancelled trains and customer complaints. So, will this new menu revive customer satisfaction? Let's get on board and find out. TransPennine do multiple different services. They're kind of one of these weird amalgamated franchises where it's kind of like, oh, here's the route you can do, here's another, oh, there's another one. So they mostly go partly down the west coast, partly down the east coast. Their key routes are between Manchester and Liverpool up to Glasgow and Edinburgh. They also do a line from Liverpool over to Cleethorpes. As part of this series of me reviewing every single first class train in the UK, subscribe if you want to see more, I wanted to always ride on the longest train. A little bit difficult with TransPennine because they're all around about 3.5 hours, 3 hours 40, something like that. So I just chose one that fitted my travel itinerary. I'll be catching the 12:12 to Manchester Airport. As of the time I'm filming this, they've recently launched a brand new first class. The seats, I believe, is the same. It's more about the onboard catering. Whereas before, I think you just got given some like boring old snacks. Now they have like proper meals. Should be interesting to see what they have to offer. TransPennine don't operate any first class lounges, and so I'm heading straight to the platform instead. They have 3 different types of train. This one is a Nova 2, consisting of 5 carriages, one of which is first class and contains just 24 seats, and is at the rear of the train today. First class is arranged in the customary 2x1 configuration. They're mostly arranged in tables of 2 or 4, but at the very rear there's also one solo seat, seen here on the left, but I'll be occupying the row of 2 airline-style seats, which I had to myself for the entire journey.
This is the service to Manchester Airport.
If you see it, say it, and we'll sort it.
So, on board. This looks quite different to any other first class I've taken, mostly because it's brighter colours. Look at this. It's like, not white, but it's sort of a light grey and blue. Seat's pretty nice. Nice padded headrest. We also have the usual socket and the USB. There was already a water on the table, which is good. And we have our menu. I'll take a look through that later. What else do we have? There's plenty of luggage storage and plenty of overhead racks. And my bag does fit there. So that's an advantage, because sometimes it doesn't. So it looks like this is the same basic seat as you find on GWR or LNER, so it reclines. There's also reservation indicator lights above the seats. As we pull out of Edinburgh, let's take a closer look at our route. Starting at Edinburgh's impressive Waverley Station, we'll make a quick stop at Haymarket before heading south down the west coast. Stopping at Lockerbie, Carlisle, Penrith North Lakes, Oxenholme Lake District, Lancaster, Preston and Bolton. Before entering Manchester with stops at Oxford Road, Piccadilly and finally ending at Manchester Airport. Total scheduled journey time is 3 hours and 32 minutes. So let's have a look at this menu then. So here's the breakfast. Now this is a lunchtime train, so obviously you're not getting breakfast, but you do have a choice of a bacon roll or an omelette roll. That's just egg in a roll, right? But you also have, this is intriguing to me, a Highland breakfast, which comes with lawn sausage and black pudding. And a lot of people won't know what lawn sausage is, but basically it's a square piece of sausage meat that they've formed, so it's not actually in a case like a normal sausage is. It is delicious. Every time I come to Scotland, I always make a point of getting some square sausage. I just went to Sainsbury's and I've got some in my bag up there. to take home with me. I have two different menus. We're on a 1 week rotation, so we're on to week 1 at the moment. And they have a different menu, whether it's a weekday or a weekend. But on the weekend they have a roast chicken dinner. I should have done this on the weekend so I could try that. I think I might go for the beef stew. There's also a vegan option of a ratatouille chili. You can have a pork and caramelised onion sausage roll, and there's a vegan equivalent of that. You then you've got a choice of snacks, crisps, biscuits, cake slices, tonics and wafers. Ooh, definitely gonna have to get one of those. And then you've got a choice of drinks, teas, coffees, Coke, Coke Zero, Schweppes lemonade and orange juice, as well as a selection of wines and a beer and or a G&T. This definitely feels like when they designed the menu, they really put a lot of thought into it. It's worth noting that this menu is only served on trains serving the West Coast. That's these lines here on the left. If you're on any other TransPennine train, you'll be offered a different menu, which will be one of these, which again varies depending on which route you're on. So before you book your ticket, just check the menus first. I didn't know at the time, but hot food would only be served after departure from Carlisle. I'm assuming therefore the food is loaded at that station, which kind of makes sense because both branches from Edinburgh and Glasgow merge at this point. Until then we were offered hot and cold drinks and a variety of snacks. I was given a box of snacks to choose from, and you already know that I had to take the caramel wafer. And service has started. I have a nice cup of tea and a tonics caramel wafer. Iconic Scottish food. The first class host is really nice actually. Really good banter, just talking to everyone, chatting with them. Great. I've got to say, I had a few little reservations about travelling with TransPennine Express, and there's nothing because of what they've done or what they are or who they stand for anything like that. I've recently had one very bad experience with them on a previous video series, which you may or may not have watched. I was doing a random journey around the UK and I boarded a TransPennine train going into Edinburgh, and it was delayed quite severely and it meant I missed the last train of the day going to the destination I was trying to get to, which was Aviemore in the Highlands of Scotland. Because of that, I had to spend a night in Edinburgh rather than travelling up north. And I definitely roasted them in the video as well. This is almost like a redemption for them. If they can actually impress me on this journey, then I'll forgive them. Let's put it that way. I'm actually quite liking the look of the cabin. It's not called a cabin, is it? That's an airline terminology. It's like most other train companies go for sort of more dark colours, a bit more muted, sort of going for something a bit more refined. But TransPennine have gone, nope, we're doing blue and light grey. It's bold. Like their branding and livery on the outside of the trains are also amazing. I think they actually have the best looking trains on the whole of the UK network. Good to know. Do you remember Virgin trains? They had this sort of whimsical kind of attitudes to everything, and it was fun and inviting, and this kind of has the same kind of vibe. I like it. So I'm really hoping that their food lives up to expectations. By the looks of the menu, it should be incredible. Fingers crossed.
This is Lockerbie.
Welcome to the first class menu on TransPennine Express. It's very clean, which is good. Water's working. Oh, it's warm. I wasn't expecting warm water. That's really good. Dryer. Okay, it's blowing something, but it's not anything that's going to dry up things. And then here is the baby changing bit. So there's that. Cool. But I need to use the facilities, so go on.
We'll shortly be arriving at Carlisle. If you're leaving the train, take a moment to check you have everything with you.
They have some sort of pie stand in the station here. That's interesting. It does, but like pretty much I've just come and taken orders. Apparently has plenty of beef stew, Just joked around, asking around with double portion. It was like, yeah, why not? I'm not getting a double portion. However, he did also say I could have the sausage roll, so why not? I get to taste 2 things from the menu in one trip. This guy's awesome, I love him. My food was delivered about 20 minutes later. Food has arrived. So we've got this Enviroware kit. Wow, there's a big kick of onion with the immediate taste there. It's actually really nice. And I like their environmentally consciousness, you know, short of serving it on like actual proper reusable plates. Serving it in like a wooden or painted bamboo. It's a good second option, isn't it? So even the tea is in the cardboard, the lid is cardboard. The only thing I would say regarding the environmentalness of it all is the milk for the tea is still being served in these little plastic what's-its. I feel like they could just provide like full cartons for the staff to pour in. They do that on quite a few others, like LNAR for example, they do that. Yes, they're probably still going to use plastic because it's a bottle, but there's much less plastic than loads of these. I suppose one of the downsides is I didn't do that. There is Wi-Fi on board. I conducted a couple of speed tests, but as you can see here, it's pretty slow and variable. To be honest, you're better off using your own phone service. Well, at least where you're able to get a signal anyway. So just at Oxenholme Lake District station. A station I've been to several times because I worked for a month in the Lake District on a TV show. And I've spotted something that wasn't there. Or at least I didn't spot when I was here last time. I've actually got a little waiting area on the grass. Is that unique? I don't know of any other waiting areas in the UK that has actually on the platform that has grass. Well, that's pretty cool. There's even a dog water bowl. I'm liking that station. And if you're liking this video, don't forget to subscribe. Next week I'll be travelling with Hull Trains on their longest route, which is an early morning service from Waverley all the way to London.
This is Preston. This is a TransPennine Express service to... The next stop for this service will be Bolton.
You actually did that, I didn't cut that together. On leaving Preston, we had our second drink service. I have wine. It is very nice. Sparkling wine in a can. This is from Spain. It's only 10% volume though. That's probably why the guys gave me 2. Love it. Cheers. And that was my Disaronno moment. I think you mean Cinzano.
Getting your head down, sweetie. Jolly good idea.
Cinzano Bianco.
So as we're pulling into Manchester then, let's have a quick look at how much this journey costs. So from Edinburgh to Manchester Airport, an anytime standard class single is £94.80. The first class anytime single is £188.40, so you're basically paying double, which is probably a little steep. However, advanced tickets, the cheapest I managed to find
This
in
is
standard
Manchester
class,
Oxford Road.
thank you, is £25.60, but the cheapest advanced first class ticket is £49.60. So again, you're paying double, but double is not that much. And I think if you can find these advanced first class prices, this 50 quid one, go for it. You get properly fed, you get wine, 2 wines, and tea and other snacks, and you sit in a much nicer seat in a much nicer environment, so I would say go for it. So how would I rate TransPennine overall? You know what? They're not too bad. Food was delicious, and I like the variety on offer, especially with the menu rotating each week. I think regular commuters would just really like that. I especially like how they continue with hot food service at the weekends as well, which is something that a lot of operators don't even bother with. And even though I didn't get the sausage roll in the end, by all accounts it's very, very nice as well. I'll have to give them a rating of 7 out of 10, which puts them second of 2 in the leaderboard. The train picked up a 20-minute delay just outside of Bolton, and I had another train I needed to catch urgently, and in order to catch it, I decided to just get off at Piccadilly rather than continue into the airport. Thank you. So that's goodbye to TransPennine. Really great experience actually. Nice train, decent food. Would I ride with them again? You know what, I'm going to forgive them. I feel like my hatred of them originally was purely circumstantial, and yeah, they've redeemed themselves for first class. I mean, there are some improvements they could make, like I think they could do drink service a bit more frequently. There was only 2 throughout the whole 3 and a bit hour journey. Food itself was nice though. And I was pushing my luck with the sausage roll. I never explained that actually, because I asked for the stew, and then I was like, oh, can I have the sausage roll as well? And it's like, yeah, no problem. And obviously, quite rightly, they served all the other passengers, and then I was like, get to the end, oh, there's no more sausage rolls left. And I was like, okay, fine, no worries. I was pushing my luck on that, so I don't begrudge them of that at all. So definitely go and check out their new first class foods. It's actually quite good. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that other stuff that YouTube tells me I need to tell you, ring bells and all of that, and I'll see you next time.